everyone! Today, we're excited to introduce a new hero who commands the power of the clouds, Sora, the Shifting Cloud. With his unique shifting cloud power, Sora can manifest into 3 distinct cloud forms on the battlefield. From his base form, Sora can swipe left or right on his ultimate to ascend into Thunder form or Torrent form. This unique form-switching mechanic allows Sora to adapt to different combat situations, whether as the more durable, CC-heavy Torrent form or the more agile, high-damage Thunder form. Shifting Cloud, Sora! Passive, Mystic Surge. Sora's passive offers 2 distinct effects. When ascending to Thunder form, he shifts to an Assassin playstyle, converting his extra HP to attack at a fixed ratio. When ascending to Torrent form, he shifts to a Tank playstyle, converting his extra attack to HP at a fixed ratio. After transforming, Sora gains 1 stack of Cloud Step when dealing damage to enemy heroes or summons, and accumulating 5 stacks unlocks his transform ultimate. First skill, Sundering Strike. Sora swings his fists twice, dealing physical damage, then punches forward, dealing physical damage. Sora hops in the target direction before the final hit. Second skill, Wind Stride. Sora leaps forward, dealing physical damage. When hitting a hero or reaching max range, he slams down, dealing physical damage. Hitting enemy heroes reduces the skill's cooldown. Ultimate, Shifting Skies. Sora can swipe left or right on his ultimate to transform into 2 distinct forms. Swipe left to ascend to Thunder form, gaining a brief burst of movement speed and becoming untargetable during the transformation. At the same time, lightning will strike the area under him 3 times. Swipe right to ascend to Torrent form, pulling in and stunning nearby enemies while dealing physical damage. First skill, Sundering Strike, Thunder Flash. When Sora ascends to Thunder form, his first skill becomes Sundering Strike, Thunder Flash. Sora swings 4 times, dealing physical damage, then punches forward, dealing physical damage. Sora can move freely during this attack. Second skill, Wind Stride, Thunder Rush. When Sora ascends to Thunder form, his second skill becomes Wind Stride, Thunder Rush. Sora leaps forward, dealing physical damage, and creates a thunderstorm that deals physical damage and slows enemies. Hitting enemy heroes allows this skill to be cast a second time. Ultimate, Heaven's Wrath. Sora leaps into the air and strikes the target area 15 times, dealing physical damage with each hit. Sora can move freely and over terrain during this attack. First skill, Sundering Strike, Overwhelm. When Sora ascends to Torrent form, his first skill becomes Sundering Strike, Overwhelm. Sora swings twice, dealing physical damage, then punches forward, dealing physical damage and stunning enemies. Second skill, Wind Stride, Skyfall. When Sora ascends to Torrent form, his second skill becomes Wind Stride, Skyfall. Sora leaps forward, dealing physical damage and pushing enemies to the landing zone before slamming down, dealing physical damage and knocking enemies airborne. Hitting enemy heroes reduces the skill's cooldown. Ultimate, Stormbind. Sora leaps into the air and pounds the target area 5 times, dealing physical damage, slowing enemies, and inflicting a brief stun with each hit. Sora can move freely and over terrain during this attack. During the laning phase, dive into the opponent with Sora's second skill. Then follow up with his first skill. Based on the enemy hero and their current condition, transform into the appropriate form to continue the attack. Take advantage of the transformation, resetting Sora's first and second skill to execute another combo for 5 stacks of Cloud Step, then unleash his transformed ultimate. In teamfights, use Sora's second skill to initiate into the enemy team, while deciding whether to prioritize damage or CC based on the situation and team compositions. Transform into the appropriate cloud form and use Sora's first skill to quickly build up cloud step stacks, and his second skill for positioning before unleashing his transformed ultimate for kills or CC on the enemy team. Sora's strength lies in his flexibility. The short cooldown on his first skill makes it great for poking enemies and clearing lanes. However, Sora can be at a disadvantage in the laning phase due to his lack of self-healing abilities. At level 1, upgrade Sora's first skill and continue to prioritize upgrading it since it has a short cooldown and deals considerable damage if all hits land. Sora's skills are all about versatility, and each form has its own playstyle and nuances. In Sora's base form, he can make use of the hop in his first skill to dodge attacks or reposition. When Sora ascends to Thunder form, he briefly becomes untargetable, allowing him to avoid enemy burst damage with proper timing. Thunder Sora can move during this first skill to kite or chase enemies more effectively, and his second skill can be cast again if it hits a hero. Use this mechanic to stay on the target or escape from danger. When Sora ascends to Torrent form, all of his skills will gain powerful CC effects. For big teamfights, Torrent Sora can initiate with his abundant CC. The stun component of his first skill can nicely supplement or amplify other CC. His second skill can push all enemies to a target point, causing CC and displacement. We recommend the Fighter Emblem with Firmness, Festival of Blood, and Brave Smite talents for Sora. The Fighter Emblem with Firmness enhances Sora's HP regen and overall survivability, and the Spell Vamp effect from Festival of Blood helps him sustain while laning. Brave Smite compensates for Sora's lack of early game healing options. We also recommend replacing Brave Smite with Warcry for an alternative setup. Sora can stack up Warcry and Cloud Step at the same time, and this set of talents focuses on enhancing his damage output, especially during his transformed ultimate. Sora's equipment should be a balance of damage and survivability. We recommend this build for Sora. His core equipment is War Axe and Brute Force Breastplate, which provides both damage and survivability. The attack and HP from Queen's Wings synergizes with Sora's passive attribute conversion mechanic. Against enemies where damage windows are limited, pick up Athena's shield for more survivability, especially during his transformed ultimate to maximize his damage potential. If the team lacks frontline heroes, Immortality can further enhance Sora's survivability and margin of error. We recommend the Flicker battle spell for Sora. Combined with his ultimate, it enables swift repositioning for more damage. We also recommend Vengeance when Sora is the team's initiator. Vengeance will help Sora survive to unleash his transformed ultimate. Sora's transformed ultimate deals considerable damage, and pairing him with Tigreal, Minotaur, God of Gotcha, and other strong CC heroes will maximize Sora's damage potential. Sora excels at diving in with explosive burst damage and AoE CC. So squishy heroes without escape abilities like Layla, Mia, and Hanabi will find themselves helpless against Sora's relentless assault. Sora relies on landing his first skill to get Cloud Step stacks. Heroes with high mobility or knockbacks like Fanny, Arlott, and Valir can prevent Sora from gaining this precious resource. When the opponent is focused on clearing minions, poke them with Sora's first skill. Then use his second skill to create distance. Use the mobility from his first and second skill to effectively kite enemies. Sora's damage is reliant on hitting with his first skill. In mid to late game teamfights, Sora is able to adapt to different situations. He can ascend to Thunder form to dive the enemy backline, or Torrent form to become a CC machine and take control of the battlefield. Sora, the Shifting Cloud, will be available on December 18th. Get him 30% off on launch week. His Azure Cloud skin will also be on sale the first 14 days for only 51 diamonds. Are you ready to rise to the clouds? We hope everyone enjoys this unique new hero, and we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.